Yeah, just driving into the property, Dalby Park. Yeah, just going up track here. And the property. Where's the homestead? House there. Just a bit of storage area. We're going up to the cow sheds. We'll head off down the other end and have a bit of a look at pastures, but that's the sort of entrance area in there. We're going to lead down the other way, I think. Turning around past the cow shed. We're coming into the property just from the other end. I thought I'd go up through Luke's Head and come down the that way. There's the other house here. So we're entering into the property. If you look out to the right, so the views across the countryside. We've just jumped out as we've now entered the property. This is just one of the watering points. Here there's a pump, and it pumps around to the troughs through these, and we're just on the laneway here. Just curve down to the dam. 3 dams pumping around the property. We'll head off up the lane. So we mentioned before, laneways are probably part. We try and keep the sides sprayed, make sure they're good for winter. Just makes it easy to travel around the farm, I suppose. And the other thing, I thought I'd just have a bit of a look at the pasture in the paddock there. So we'll jump over the fence and have a little bit of a look there. So up into the paddock. It's about just after 1 in the afternoon, so they come out of here in a couple of hours, I suppose. 2, 3, yeah. They're sort of eating this out. They haven't eaten out a lot, there's still a bit of food there. We're in early August. They're on this about 30 days ago. So the growth rate we're getting now is up around 50. I think it's Thursday the 5th of August, so come through that pretty wet period. Pasture basin here is original matrix banquet, just fat bust pasture mix actually, and it's done pretty well, I guess. Probably we are continuing using that sort of thing because they're more productive. As we head up here, let's pull them off these cows here now. Probably a little bit much feed left in here, but it's probably a little bit better than completely running out. So that's probably a key thing. Small amounts of pugging, but overall in this area here, not too much pugging at all. We walk up here to where the troughs are. Troughs just got a high pressure pipe system around the whole farm, running up to these 1200 gallon troughs. They work really well overall. So I think they're good, really. It was about, I don't know, I think it's about 50 of them on this part here. That's looking back to the feed system. There's some fresh cows on there now, or I should say springy cows. Pasture base here. Just here it was a bit of a trial. These ones here thinned out. This ryegrass here has stayed here. Went in about 8 years ago, I reckon. And then through the fence here, up to the fence line, pastures through the fence here are a newer pasture base. It's if we scan around, that's looking back down towards one of the main dams, back towards the shedding area. Tried to keep a bit of clover in there, just try to keep a bit of nitrogen. It seems to have worked. growth rate's at the moment about 50. They were they're probably only 30 only a week or 10 days ago, maybe even less. So we're probably not needing a real long rotation due to the fact there's plenty of this, plenty of decent ryegrass in here, I suppose, and that can probably pretty much soon fairly easy when we get to this fence line here where there's good cover left here. We've just been coming along the laneway. There's the water system now. There's the end of the feed pad. We're just going to turn around here and head back, but down through the middle of the property. But it gives a bit of a view of the property and the watering and the feed system. We're heading back down the laneway now, down to where the cows were. Tried to keep it so the lanes are wide, no sharp corners. Actually, so that's what they're like. Which is truth, mate. We're going about 80 kilometres, 70 kilometres an hour, but you can drive along these lanes pretty easy. That gives you a really good view. Yeah, so it gives you a really good view of the property. In fact, it will slow down a bit, I reckon. But no, it's good. Have a look around the property. Tried to do. I've started again. We just tried to do gateways that are really wide and high, so it makes it easier to get them. And no corners, as I mentioned there. We're just driving along in laneways. Trying to get a trough on a flat part, and probably just improve pasture base. So we'll hop out the paddock and we're going to have a look at some of the pasture. In fact, I'll just go straight to the gateway here and zoom in on some newer pasture base. It's probably a bit close to the gate, but we'll head out there and take a bit of a look and see what it looks like. I'll climb over this fence. As my weight doesn't bust it. These ones here have probably had, there's a newer sort of pasture base here. It's quite dense, and they've been going okay. And then, as I mentioned before, where the cows were, it's older pasture. We'll go down and have a look at where the dams are over this hill. I guess that's the watering part we don't use, not hooked up. So we scan around the farm. That's so I've got a 58 megalitre water irrigation licence, but we've never needed to use it, but we certainly can as a good backup. Scan around again here. Pretty happy with the pasture. This is about 16 days growth in here, and it's pretty thick and certainly done fairly well. We're pretty pleased for our midwinter growth rate. Now it's probably around 50, was about 30 only a week ago. So it's really cranked up with a few warm days now, just in start of August. So we'll head back and we'll go up to the top part of the farm and have a look down there. But hopefully we'll continue to get good growth over the next month. We certainly think we will. That's just looking along the laneway system there. You can see there where it's cut through the hill just to make it, and filled that area just to make it nice and flat and easy to get around. We're just heading up the top now. That's looking out towards Western Bay or Phillip Island, down that area. Growth has certainly kicked away literally within days. That's looking towards Mount Dandenong and Melbourne, down there, about 100 k's away I guess. This is looking out over the farm. Just having a bit of a closer look at what's growing, and it's certainly it's growing well. That's looking now back down to where we were earlier, where the cows are, Mount Worth and the Great Dividing Range, I guess, in the distance there. Mount Ball, Mount Erica. There's a couple of watering dams. You can't see one because of the trees. And that's looking back towards the township of Poowong, with new housing development there at the Birches. So that's I guess the last circumnavigation view back over the property here. So, touch wood, it's certainly going on. Not too wet. A lot of areas have been. We've probably been a bit lucky. It still has been wet, but certainly, well, certainly the wettest season we've had, but for a long time. But properties handle it well. So this one again is about halfway through the round, so it's probably got about another 10 or 12 days to go. So by that point, I think there'll be pretty good feed cover, really. Motorbike going along the road. That probably about pretty much about covers it here, but that's the let's just scan around. That's the outlook of the property. That high point over there is where a tank is, where it gravitates to the 50 odd troughs. I think that'll do it. We'll head back to the dairy.